Two flashes as they push forward. ENCE, what can they hope to do to respond? Doto through the smoke, beautiful shot to Faven, deletes him there. There's the opening thereafter. He's dinked down and finished off by Dennis though. There's the trade. Diha ringing off a few shots through the smoke, trying to come out on top as he does so. The follow-up flash goes down, but that allows him to shut down Slacks there. Dennis get the extend the matter into it's now 3-on-3, but as kills go back and forth, it falls into a 3-on-2. Sphinx and Snappy. While Snappy does have a kit and a couple of flashes on hand to assist, the reality is we need Snappy to get a kill and fast. He's unable to do so. The Sphinx pushing forward in a 1v3, looks to take the initial point of contact, rings out a few shots wherever he can. Unfortunately, Josh, he's not quite able to find an initial kill quickly. Because of that, with his location known, I think he definitely has these odds stacking up against him. He doesn't hard clear short, or eventually he does. But he doesn't do it fully. Eventually finishes off Spiddy from above. He runs out of ammo, panics, takes off his suppressor, and with that, over on Sphinx. Haven't quite done so just yet, though. Instead, we see this spam go down towards a mid. Faven, he shuts down Doto. There's the opening. Follow up as Faven is able to double down. As he takes this double down, ENCE now, with a couple of members positioned towards lower tunnels, towards mid, they can look to try and catch out the odd member wherever possible. But as Faven shuts down Sphinx once again, Faven going a bit of a rampage right now, Josh.
Remember, this is a force buy from ENCE. They've kind of been sliced through right now. Like, this is some kind of full eco round. That's not the case at all. They had Deagles, they had Kevlar, and just not been able to do anything. Alu, once again, following suit. No damage dealt from him. All falls onto Snappy's shoulders. We know just how capable this man is with the Desert Eagle. But in a 1-on-5, I don't think I fancy his chances. Sprout, they're going to make this 2, and this is a really great start from them. Off of the back of winning that round as well. They should
I think Sphinx is just being disciplined by holding this. So for Faven, as this initial user goes round, Faven, he's caught out by Sphinx there. Really, really strong read by the Israeli player there. And for the remaining members of ENCE, let's get ready for this initial point of contact. So let's get ready for this full hit in which Sprout looks to go mid to B. Navi D up, good for 1. Able to hide above scaffolding as well. Means as a follow-up push goes through. Diha now needs to be very careful as they approach him. Brings out a few shots where he can. Diha, he's able to double down and try to make it 3 now as he aggresses into the AWP of Slacks, and it's Doto to finish the job. All of the Dennis, 1v5, quickly killed, and for ENCE, they put themselves on the board with relative ease. Ready for the initial point of contact now. Simply ringing out a few shots where he can. Shuts down 1. Not quite able to make that 2 though. Spiddy's there to trade. Follow-up aggression goes through as Alu's good for Spiddy now. Into this 3-on-2. Man advantage for ENCE. And Alu, he's continuing his aggression. Pushes forward. Scopes in. Nice shot of Faven there. Can he cement it? Not quite yet though, as Creasy gets ready to go through that smoke. As he does so, Alu shuts him down, and just like that.
It's a bit of a grasp and a bit of a read on how they're thinking.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Sprout, that's just added pressure, isn't it? Because they kicked him.
Ooh.
Yeah. So for Alu now, he'll push forward, able to catch out Dennis. Spiddy, he's instantly there to trade though in a 3-on-3. Now Doto and Spinks, they're going to go for the jump spot, and they somehow come out on top there.
Oh.
Spinks hits a beautiful 2k there, putting Spiddy into a 1v3. Fully blind, he's been pressured down, and for Doto to finish the job. Spinks, that was a wonderful round. Up that man advantage, but as they do so, they run down the clock. With a minute left, Sphinx pops up, dinks down Faven, can't quite finish the job though, and instead Diha with that AWP in hand is the one to trade. Towards top mid, we see a player give his position away. Ali's going to look to cover his teammate now as Diha is ready for the follow-up aggression. Instead, through the smoke, almost hits the AWPer there, but as the mollies go down towards window, they're going to try and deter an attack towards this B site, but instead we see a very fast flank from Doto. He'll swing wide, caught out by Slacks. Alu elsewhere trades onto Spiddy, putting it into a 2-on-2. Naves continue to pepper this site. They know full well that Faven's going to be dinked down low on HP, but they're out of util to try and contest it. For now, we see aggression come through. We see a push ready to go out from Diha. It's all down to timing. And for Alu, here's the AWP bring out. He swings wide. He knows they're on Xbox. Spams down the AWP as best as he can. Eventually, the CZ will swing. Slack's good for 1, but it's a spray down with a CZ from Diha to win the 1 versus 2. We don't see that very often, Josh, do we?
We really don't know. I mean, both
the mid to B split is now a very real possibility, and as they set up for an execution, it looks like we might see just that. Through the smoke, Diha shuts down Dennis. That throws a spatter in the works with 25 seconds left. Sprout commits to it anyway. Set a piece down. Flashes to follow. Push up through mid as Crazy gets ready to lead this charge. Pushing forward, he's got Sphinx to worry about, but Sphinx, he's got a perfect off angle for the players coming through door. Jumps up, just turns to the tunnel play, realizes that there's probably no one there. Diha, he's finished off by the molly though. Sphinx now with a bit of of pressure on him. Caught out by Faven as Sprout looks to recover.
Somehow they've made this work. They've got their way onto the B site, and Slacks has gone incognito. Faven's able to finish things off there. I'm rubbish. I'm never going to make it to pro player. I'm never going to make it to a major, but I want my own little badge, please.
I'll be happy to cast a minus, that's Josh. I'm not sure about you, but as push comes forward, Six, he's ready for these initial men on B. Oh, he's going for the trigger discipline as well. He shuts down the first member, not quite able to follow through, though, as Dennis is able to just delete him with that Deagle shot. Alu forced out of this window as he tries to hunt for a pick. He can't quite do so, though. Instead, we see Sprout push forward, and with that, now with a 4-on-3, this is a really uncomfortable position for these members of Sprout as they attempt to hold firm, but a man down, they're definitely on it. So for Sprout, this is a really, really strong man. In fact, ENCE giving them a run for their money is actually quite scary as Slacks and Spiddy, though, 2 quick kills make me eat my words as they open up that mid position instantly, putting a lot of pressure on the Sphinx now, the young Israeli player. And don't get me wrong, that man can perform, but can he do so now? On the flank, Doto spots out these members in mid, spams down what he can. That's a spam in panic, though, rather than in precision. And with that, he's unable to kill anyone. Dennis digs down, will still kill Sphinx nonetheless. A beautiful shot by him, as that now leaves ENCE in a 2-on-4 with hardly any time left at all.
And Slacks creeps his way around. I'm not sure if he's going to have the timing or the drop here. Doesn't spot the man in car. Doto's going to poke his head up. He's good for 2. Brings it into a 2-on-2. Still not a round they'll go for, but a lot of damage dealt.
Go with victory in this first half. They're now going to be left at a 7-8 scoreline. As Faven pushes forward, he spots out Snappy. He'll fall instantly. But Doto and Sphinx, yeah, damage might be possible, but with shots like that, it might be more than possible. As Faven loses his head to that.
Yeah, this should just be a solid lock Sprout round. I'm surprised they haven't planted the bomb yet, to be honest. Bear in mind, they know that at least one's in CT. I think they have an inkling that the second's there as well. This C4 should just be planted. Speedy still wanting to clear sight before he does so. Still wanting to clear short. This is kind of just giving Doto a lifeline and a chance to creep up closer. But as he peeks out, gets the timing onto Slacks. But Cressy's there to swing off his contact. And that kill doesn't mean anything.
Sight. And as they do so, Snappy, the only man who can begin to accept this engagement. Bit of damage done to them. A few shots ring out either way, though. When as he stinks down, Doto finishes the job with Dennis falling. It's all as the Favors hold this site while it's messy. Dia is able to finish the job. And for ENCE, this should be a very quick equalizer. The Sphinx will hear the players rotating towards CT. He catches out Slacks. He's ready for a second member as well. However, Spiddy, he doesn't even want to fight him. He backs away a bit further. He does have a kit to save, so instead, for ENCE, they set their sights on towards this B site. They lay their gaze upon their destination. And for Doto and Spiddy are just going to be able to exchange blows before Sphinx trades onto Favored. But into a 3-on-3, low HP on 2 ENCE members means that these Deagles have a renewed fear to them. As they get ready for the initial attack, the Galil as well on Spiddy is going to be the kind of make or break weapon in this circumstance. And for Spiddy, jump spotted towards car. Can't see anything just yet, though. He makes a bit of noise. And for Snappy, this Max 10 is going to be what either farms or gets destroyed here. As Scout tries to swing through from window. Still unable to do so, though. Ali ready for the attack. The bomb halfway gone. Sprout, they want to push. They need to do so soon. They do so. Spiddy good for the first. Ali ready for the follow-up aggression, though. It's so messy by Alu there. Eventually, Snappy's able to finish the job onto 2. And just like that, Snappy, he has to do it all on his own.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what Alu's doing there. I mean, he's been tagged down to 1 HP, but he's done quite nicely. Now they go for the execution towards B, and this is where Dennis needs to go huge. He lines them all up. He sprays away, but he only finds 1. My goodness.
Really, really strong position from him now. Snappy at 2 from window, though, and he tries to jump away. He's going to be called out by Snappy as well, putting it straight into 2-on-2. And just like that, Alu, he'll go for that plant, but Snappy pushing forward back towards tunnels. Needs to be very wary of Greasy. He's pushing forward from T-spawn, and it looks like they're going to catch each other out pretty quickly. Greasy shifting forward. He's spotted out. He's able to catch out Snappy now, putting Alu into a 1 versus 2. And for Alu, he needs to go huge here. The molly goes down. There's presence shown, and he needs to find one of these initial players quickly. Otherwise, he's in a lot of trouble, but he's not peeking towards tunnels. Eventually, he does. He catches out Greasy into the 1 versus 1 now. Slacks pushing forward. He's out from door. It's a beautiful shot from Alu. And just like that, ENCE, they make it 11 as they force Sprouts into another.
Off the angle. Faven's now here to support. He's coming in from under CT as they're hugging close to the back wall. He's not going to be able to spot out any of these heads until he gets quite far out. Connects a shot, not the headshot that he's looking for, though. And as Alu and Sphinx actually find the kills, there's a chance here for them to get this bomb down and make this happen.
This is starting to look really damn good for them as we see Sphinx now punching in those numbers, ready for the initial attack. Smoke goes down, though. Spam from Dennis, able to shut down Sphinx. It's Alu with a 1 versus 3 now. And as he sits towards center site, the players peek into him. He shuts down the first. Caught out by Sfudi, though. And just like that, Sprout make it 10. While it is damn close, they'll take a lot of damage in doing so. We look at their money as well. Frankly, now, as flashes go down, the swing goes wide. He pushes into these members, and with this engagement, he's just forced away. This swing is with in unison. He's good for 2 before Sphinx trades. Now Faven desperately trying to get out of position, desperately trying to get back to sight. He too falls. Long control established. 3 players instantly on the flank from Sprout, though, which may put Alu in a very tough spot because Alu has the bomb. On the flank, though, he turns around, tries to do down as possible. Crazy, he's able to catch out the first man. Alu good for a 1, not quite good for 2, but he Doto into a 1 versus 2 as he pushes forward. Little does he know there's a flank from both long and an initial engagement over towards short. Flashes go down to try and keep him out of position, but as he continues to tease his way forward, he's going for the angle on Slacks now. When for Slacks, all he has to do is sit up, and as he does so, it's a missed shot, punished for it as Sprout take the lead at 12-11. Well, they're ready for this, and well, they're ready for the attack towards short. They're ready for a duel towards mid, and he may not even be needed. It's a back and forth in which Alu's the only one who's able to ring true. He tries to cement it furthermore, but as the damage is done, it leaves Diha and Sphinx, last 2 members are standing. They cross on long. They now look to fight for this site. Spinny hiding in the corner, swings wide. Diha deletes him there, and into a 3-on-2. We've got Diha ready to flash his way out. There's that flash going out. A few spam, this spam damage catches him out, though. Sphinx good for 1. Sphinx in another 1 versus 3 now. When, tell you what, if the last one was things go by, he's absolutely in a strong spot here. He finishes the job onto the first member, able to reload in time now onto the 1 versus 1 for Crazy. Josh, this can't happen again, surely. Swings wide, spots him out, tries to do damage wherever possible, but can't quite do so. As Crazy, he's able to win the 1v1 and keep Sprout's dreams of taking their map pick alive as it goes 14-13.
It's so messy there at the end.
The man who has to engage to do this, but instead, the likelihood is Dennis is actually going to be the only one he can dare come out on top with here. He deploys that smoke, gives his position away, drops down to CT, where Alu finishes the job. It's a man advantage for ENCE now, and while they're not in a position to make up for a complete 4-on-5, they're definitely in a strong one. As Flax, scout in hand, rings out a few shots towards CT. This should allow ENCE to really go for the timing now on this push-up from shorts. The AUG, thankfully, is able to get to sight in time. Slacks, what can he hope to do? Misses his first shot. Creasy's there to assist him. Alu to trade into a 4-on-3. And for the scout on long, he won't be able to cancel out the plant of Snappy. The fuse has been slapped on this round. 40 seconds before Sprouts move to their opponent's going to match point. Go down Faven, forced out of position. He hides in turn, and there's the initial kill. Alu shuts down the first. He knows that Spiddy will be there as well as he attempts to engage. Sphinx onto Faven. It's a follow-up though. Spiddy good for 1. Is he able to make it 2? With Alu hitting that no scope? No, he's not. For Crazy and Dennis, last 2 members left standing in a 2-on-3. Sure, Chris is able to pick up that initial gun with that AK in hand. He'll push forward towards long. Over in lower tunnels, Dennis is caught out by Doto. And for these last couple of members, Josh, I think it's all she wrote for Sprout. Crazy, the last man left standing in this initial position. He'll desperately try to make his way forward up from this position to CT. And as he does so, he's caught out by Doto. And for ENCE, they take map 1 of our second.
Execute.
There's the smoke shots down Doto. There's the opening. Slack's able to trade onto Diha there. And with that, he's able to come out on top. On the flip side, though, Alu pushing towards the back line. Still hasn't been able to deal with Slacks, though, who is continuing to be a nuisance towards Sandwich. In con, Sphinx, he shows his teeth. However, the 2-for-1 response allows Crazy to finish off Alu. It's Sprouts come forward. Sprouts are ready for the hold over towards Pop Dog. As the push comes through, we see Snappy trying to catch our initial man. It's damage done. It's a back and forth into a 4-on-4. Dennis good for 2. Dennis not quite able to make it 3, and Snappy and Doto both hit their shots now into a 3-on-2. Slacks and Spiddy, low HP. Both players get kills, though. On to Snappy now, 1 versus 2. It's doable. Low HP on both members. The Eagle shot onto Slacks gives the perfect opening. Onto a 1v2 with Spiddy now. Low HP. Snappy comes out on top. And hence they show they're not going to forego this early round advantage as they pull ahead. Which they're just going for a straight execution ends. They're going straight out onto this site. And as they do so, we get ready for the initial attack. Snappy good for the first member. Turns around, tries to double down as he does so. There's that second there. Slacks and Creasy able to respond perfectly now. As Alu's able to come out on top, put it into a 3-on-2. For Sprout, the last two members of Slacks and Spiddy, they're desperately trying to hold firm. And as they attempt to do so, he's planted on the other side of the map. He's planted over on B. Sprout now thrust into a retake, and with only a kit on Spiddy, this isn't a comfortable position to say the least at all, Josh. And as they move forward, D already with control towards backline. Styles Dota shut down Spiddy. Slacks with OHP desperately tries to hold. I doubt he'll do so.
That's the kit gone as well, so Slacks has to try and retrieve that if he does go for the retake. Nice shot onto Alu. And that's already a fantastic half.
The his locations are known towards E-Box now, so they really have to rely on Faven, who hits a beautiful early shot. He swings into it all, but Alu missing a shot there. That really is problematic. And for now, the remaining members, Sphinx ready for the aggression towards A main. He hasn't quite finished the job on them just yet, but as we get ready for the follow-through, let's see just what Slacks can hope to do on the defense of this B site. We see Snappy, he'll deploy the odd flash for his teammate as they bomb on down. There's the aggression, missed shot by Doto, punished by Spiddy. There's a trade for the first. Is there a trade for the second? No, there isn't. Slacks executing his teammate there, but he Sphinx into a 1 versus 4. He swings onto the initial AWPers, good for 1, traded out by Slacks, and just like that, towards his position on A. And for Sprout, they haven't really fought just yet. Any damage has been through utility. It's a big kind of competition trying to one-up one another and see who's brave enough to stay in place. Well, Dennis, he's brave enough for 1. Snappy punishes him for it. So Snappy doubles down. Slacks get the next end. No matter follow-up push comes through, though, from Doto. Good for another before Favor's able to trade as well. Putting it into a 2-on-2. And for Alu now, what on earth can he hope to do in response? Trying to follow through, but of course, without the bomb, they can't really commit to a
point. Might be able to get the timing here on to Crazy. Faven as well, looking the wrong way. What is he doing? How has he got his back turned to A main? It doesn't make any sense. Crazy now. Well, I thought he might have the element of surprise out of Pop Dog. Now that smoke in play, if he walks through it, this could be huge. He catches Alu, spots out the second. Trigger discipline may have merited him both there, but as he spots out the second on top of the train, he finds it regardless. Crazy, a massive 1-on-2 to clutch up and a big attack. Well, while this is another buy here from Sprout, it's not amazing. They've definitely still got a couple of contingencies here, one of which being that from us, and that's dropped instantly. Dennis and Slacks not able to do a whole lot. We do see a quick trade come through from Crazy, but Diha on this angle in Ivy might be able to catch out one more. Bit of a whiff there from Speedy, but somehow recovers it. Doubles down for 2. The trade will come through with Alu's AWP. Brings it back into a 2-on-2 situation. But now the retake, it's on its way. Alu, the bomb in hand, but he's not going to plant it. He's pressing further forward for another kill here before he does so. And he's got the timing on Faven and completely outpositions him. And now it's all on Crazy, and he's going to be executed from behind. They
offer odds on this match. They also offer odds on every single match throughout the EDC. The remaining quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and of course our grand final. And Josh, I know you love it. You got your Zeus kill. Spiddy, he's able to retrieve that back 10, and he might even try and follow through now. Eventually, Doto will finish the job, but you seem like a happy man now. I can see you smiling.
That is very exciting. I love it when someone gets a Zeus kill, especially like that as well. That's such like a ridiculous ballsy play. It's like just run into Pop Dog, hit the Zeus, then you know that like that's your little moment over. Alu, oh no, he's with the AWP shot. This is actually falling away from them. After a couple of kills came through, I thought, oh yeah, these are just kind of formalities, but somehow they make an eco round happen. I don't know how Sprout have pulled that off, but that is actually a really, really big thing that every single round, they're really, really prioritizing this firepower rather than the nades. And that's cost them dearly. Every single time an execute comes through, it's a major issue that they don't have these mollies. They don't have these smokes. They're just taking the gunfights. And they're constantly, even when they win the gunfights, are often traded. This time, we do see them come out on top, but as Snappy finds one back, if he doubles down, it could be the round. But no, he falls. All falls onto D-Head. Does a hell of a lot of damage, but takes a fair amount himself. And now he's continuing to take these fights. He knows that even though there's a chance for him to get this bomb planted, he can't do so until he's found at least one more kill here, preferably 2. And as he pokes his head over the top, Slacks will rip it off with the AWP. And then
final round, it's a pretty bad buy for the most part. It's a couple of bits of util here or there. There is the odd pistol to try and accompany it, but to what avail, strictly speaking, Josh, because right now, as ENCE get ready for this initial hit, there's Crazy go for 1. Diha instantly there to trade. Follow-up aggression goes through. Beautiful shot by Diha there as he looks to even cement it further still. Doto comes out on top. Doto with 2 quick kills, leaves it all onto Speedy in a 1 versus 3. I don't know what he can hope to do here, Josh. These Deagles.
You watch him go. He'll run around. He'll hit all the 1Ds. He's absolutely insane. And he's showing no signs of slowing down. Speedy, he's got the drop on him, out-positions him, out-maneuvers him. But now in the 2 versus 1, Diha knows exactly where he is and he'll take him down. 9-6 half.
Rank against pistol players can tear through them like it's anything. But in order to do so, he needs to survive in order to, well, ring out some shots. And as he's deleted by Slacks there, just like that, it ain't happening. PT50's trying to ring out a few shots over towards Con, which means swinging is definitely ill-advised. But unless you're Diha, you can just swing right and kill everyone. In a 4-on-3 now, follow-up aggression comes through. Dennis spotted out. Diha is going to look to make it the 3rd of his round. Can he do so? Yes, he can. Can he make it 4? He definitely can. The crazy in a 1 versus 3. He shuts down Doto. He tries to aggress onto the remaining member of Ali. That he does into a 1v1 with Diha. And, well, I can't think of a scarier player. 2 1v1. Diha for him to be on. Ready for the push. It's a brief lull. 30 seconds left. There's only a little bit of time left for Creasy to play with. And as he pushes forward now, let's see what Diha can hope to do to trade. There's the first man spotted out. Can he trade in kind? Pushing forward. Catches him out with a beautiful shot. And just like that, ready for the commitment. Spinks hasn't seen them yet. A flash from his teammate would be perfect here. Is it coming? Yes, it is. There's the flash. There's the swing. But Creasy, he's turned from it. Really wise decision-making from Creasy there, as he's able to avoid it now. Aggression comes through towards Pop Dog. In this engagement, it's a brief lull, but eventually, while it's messy, Snappy still comes out on top. Diha good for another. Dropping down, Toto good for one more. He's even able to double down, leaving it all on to Spitty. Caught out by Diha. The wombo combo from Doto and Diha there. This position of Olaf, I don't think his location's known. It's suspected, but not known. And for Alu, both he and Doto are in a lot of trouble. Doto now, the trigger discipline from Spitty. Is he able to catch out this member? And there's the first kill. He swings wide, tries to double down. Can't quite do so as he hard clears Ivy. But in the process, he only really cleared where the initial player was peeking. So, it's kept even. 3-on-3 now. Ali, beautiful shot of his own to equal it out. He needs to be wary of the players on Pop Dog as well, though. Spitty shifting up towards the top of blue, pushing around Alu now, who is going to have to clear high. Caught out by Spitty. Sphinx there to trade again into this 2-on-2 now. Favor 2-on-1 that with Snappy shutting down Slacks. Makes that a 1v1 between Faven and Snappy. Snappy, if he wins this, then Sprout are in a lot of trouble. However, you see engagement from Faven. A beautiful shot to shut down Snappy.
Tech 9s, you bomb it down Ivy, you smoke right side. You basically do a mid to B where you wrap around old bomb and CT spawn, but then when you get to CT spawn, instead of going around to B, you shift up connector, you catch out the players rotating, and you plant on the A site. You do a full swirl of the map and you confuse the opponents. They kind of did half of it. They went Ivy, and it's actually working.
It's gone relatively well for them for the most part. Alu in a 1 versus 2, shifting through this smoke. He'll run straight to Faven as he does so. No scopes, who shuts down the first member. He knows where Spitty is as well. Pushing forward, catches out the second. And well, unfortunately, Josh, and with Doto hiding in the molly, he takes a lot of damage. He's unable to find the kill either. And for Creasy, he might look to try and take an engagement off the back of the Slacks, pushing forward. Here's the big execution. Here it comes. Here's that initial engagement. Spitty good for 1, Spitty good for 2. Creasy there to trade onto one of his own. And just like that, ENCE, they've collapsed. Sphinx on the flank, can't do anything, leaving Doto alone. And honestly, Josh, what on earth just happened?
Well, that was a hell of a turnaround. I'm not sure where we've been missing that this whole time. He's going to hold on to this orb. He actually won't be able to afford one in the next if he doesn't invest into it. So, ooh, he's been spotted, though. I don't think he can hold on to this now. I think he's going to be hunted.
So, as I said since the beginning, I think that ENCE really going to go 2-0.
Okay, I mean, we don't want anything less here in the quarterfinals, but of course, ENCE right now, a big old investment. Snappy down to that Desert Eagle, but Sphinx finds the opener. Doto following up, and this could be the beginning of the end, Crabber.
It absolutely could be. Faven is able to trade onto D here, but there's still a man down. And frankly, as they push out towards A, they've got to try and duel against Doto, who makes it his 26th there. Through the smoke, he nicks down Spitty as well. So low on HP now, as Alu finishes the job on Spitty. It's all onto Slacks. 1 versus 4. He falls, and just like that, ENCE, they take the map to 16-9. They take the series 2-0, and they prove to us truly why they are the